All right, please welcome Texas to the Media Center, starting with Coach Miller. Coach, what'd you like from your team this evening?
You know, I really like Tremont, Mark, the way he played the game. You know, it was great to see him shoot the ball like he's capable. He knows this. We really believe in him as a three-point shooter and a guy that's a playmaker, can do a lot of things. And, you know, early in the season, the percentages sometimes, in fact, lie. Like you really don't have a true indicator because we haven't built up enough games. But I thought he shot the ball like we see him shoot it all the time. And to watch him go 4 for 7, which I think he made all 4 in the second half, if I'm right about that. So it was great to see him do that. And, you know, obviously the rebounding was a real key. 2 things that have plagued us, turnovers and insanity is how I describe kind of what was going on out there at times. We had 25 turnovers. You thought we were going to get 30 there for a second. But I credit Chaminade. They press, they play hard, and they create that havoc. So in spite of our 25 turnovers and in spite of number 1, Nathan Medina, who had 30, we did some other things pretty well.
Any questions for Tremont?
You know, Tremont, it's really good to have a bounce-back game. You're getting ready to kind of go in tomorrow. Coach was talking a little about turnovers. Sometimes in games like this, you can miss the things that get you set up for tomorrow. What do you guys want to do tonight in terms of flushing this and then turning around and getting ready?
We're just really excited for tomorrow. I already know the group of guys that we have. You know, we did a poor job taking care of the ball today, but that's okay. We're going to bounce back tomorrow, have a chance to get a top 25 win tomorrow. So we're just focused on that right now.
All right, thanks, Tremont.
Thank you.
Go get back with your team. Any questions for Coach? One quick question, Coach.
Yeah.
I was asked a question before. I mean, one of the things that, you as a coach, you're paying attention to a lot of things that aren't seen in sometimes in games like this. You know, how do you get them kind of refocused for tomorrow and thinking about, resetting with a game where, they kind of had control throughout the entire game?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a world-class tournament. Everybody knows that the history and the tradition here of the Maui Invitational, and, no team flies over here and gets in the airplane for 11, 12 hours and wants to lose. It's heartbreaking. We had a tough loss. And, when you foul 28 times like we did last night, I looked it up. I mean, I think in the 700 and some games that I've coached, that was maybe the most fouls that were ever called against my team. And we looked at it, watching the film a number of times. We have to get better at defending without fouling. That was a key. And, I thought we did a little bit better tonight. It was a different type of setup, but tomorrow we'll be tested there. But, Odom, who's a terrific point guard for Arizona State, he had shot 10 free throws in 5 games. And he shot 18 free throws against us. That's a heck of a thing. And we fouled their starting point guard and their 15 times. 15 times we fouled 2 players. And those guys, they got us for 23 of 28 from the line. So think about this. If a team shoots 23 for 28 from the free throw line, that's a good night. 2 players shot 23 for 28. So, being able to learn from that experience and guard the dribble and be able to play without fouling. And, look, I think we all hope when you come to a tournament like this that it's ref no different than when you're in that Sweet 16 game in March. If you're going to call fouls in November, just call them in March and vice versa. We all want that, every coach. And but playing in this tournament and playing and not fouling and being able to defend without fouling and take care of the ball, those are the 2 biggest areas for us. And tomorrow to have a chance to beat a very good NC State team, we're going to have to be able to defend without fouling, and we're going to have to be able to take better care of the ball than we have since we've arrived here.
Thanks, Coach. let's welcome Chaminade to the media room. Quick stat on Chaminade. Nathan Medina had 8 threes, ties for 5th all-time in a game in tournament history. Coach, what did you like about watching your team this evening?
Not a lot, honestly. No, Nate Medina, but he made some clutch. He made some really good threes and so forth. But we wanted to compete better than we did tonight. You know, we thought we could at least hang in the game for a good while, with a chance to win at the end. But it didn't pan out that way. I know we can play better than that. So hopefully we turn around and do it tomorrow.
Any questions for the players?
Just, you know, as Coach was saying, it was, you know, you thought you would be in it for longer. At what point did things start to go? What were they doing early on that kind of made it more difficult for you?
I think in the first half they went 1 for 9 from 3, and they went 10 for 15 in the second half. We gave them probably 7 or 8 wide open ones, and they converted. So that's where things started to unravel. But I think we competed hard. We just gave up a couple of second chance points, and then they went on that run where they railed off like 10 straight threes.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what he said, it's the same thing. A lot of the second chance points they had in the first and second half is what really killed us. We just got to do a better job at rebounding. But as far as effort, I think we played really hard.
Hey, guys. What do you think it'll take against Boise State and to salvage either effort-wise or outcome-wise to leave this tournament that you guys as a program had not been on Maui since 2019?
I think yesterday against Washington State, we competed really well. We were in that game the entire time. And so just trying to remember, you know, when we play together, when we play hard, and then when we share the ball, it's hard for even these D1 teams to stop us at times. So I think for us, remembering to just be unselfish, play together, and I think if we play like that and play our gold, we're going to be tough to play with no matter who we play against.
Yeah, just moving the ball, playing together. We just got to come out with the same intensity we did in the first game. The first half, we came out super hard and just ready to play. So when we do that tomorrow, we're going to hopefully get a lead and just, like, keep that lead going. And, yeah, we can't let off the hook with them boys because they're good.
Question for Nate. Man, you were a great shooter. So in the off season, what does the average shooting routine look like for you?
A lot of quality over quantity. I think that's something that I changed this summer. You know, not just going into the gym and shooting up as many shots as I can, but knowing like I was going to be playing in a stage like this, I have to really work on getting my shot off quick. So a lot of it was just rhythm, footwork, and then just trying to be as consistent as I can. Sometimes I didn't want to get in the gym, but then getting in the gym regardless, and that's kind of the key to it all.
And Nate, does that include some half-court shot practice attempts?
It does, yeah, quite often.
All right, we'll let the players. Thank you for being here. We'll get back with your team. Any questions for Coach?
I take that back. The one thing I did like tonight was his half-court shot. That was actually pretty cool, wasn't it, Blaine?
Anything for Coach?
Hey, Coach, kind of like what I asked the players, you know, what do you think it'll take to turn around for Boise, and either based on what you had seen of them in this tournament or beforehand?
I know that they have improved a lot. You know, they beat Hawaii Pacific beat them to open up the season, but, you know, have watched some tape of them since then. They are so much better than that game. They're really good. So it's going to take maximum effort. It's going to take, you know, they don't want to go out of here 0-3. They've already lost to one Division II team from Hawaii. We're going to get their best shot, no doubt about it, and we better be ready to match that because it's going to be a challenge for sure. They've got couple guys that are playing really, really well right now, and they almost won that first day. I thought they had, were right there in the mix. So it's going to be a challenge. we have to be really good in our type of defense, and we can't just get pounded on the boards. Some of these D1s that we played like tonight, I don't know what it was, 59-20 or something like that. 59-20, yes. We can't just get pounded on the boards like that.
Coach, yesterday you talked a little bit about the different layers around your press and getting back, and it seemed like that corner three, just the rotations getting back. Is that more of the depth issues you talked about not having, people getting tired, or is there still some things around that execution of getting back and getting into rotation?
Yeah, there's multiple layers to it, and people try to break our press in numerous different ways, over the years, ever since, I was at West Liberty 20-some years ago. We've seen just about every kind of press break, but being able to make adjustments on the fly. But the one thing is it takes maximum effort from all 5 guys out there. So if one guy isn't in the correct position, then boom, they're off for a 3-on-2, So it's something we have to continue to teach and continue to get better at.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck
Thanks.
tomorrow.
Appreciate it.